Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute Weather Polymer Clay Earrings. And for that we need all of these tools. We need a roller, then the clay, whichever one you'd like, but everything's actually linked below. A nice cutter. I'm using this tool for the holes, and then also this extruder tool to actually get the thin pieces, as well as a tile. So we're going to start by feeding the extruder tool with the clay. So just cut your clay. I'm using the Sculpey Primo because I think that's the easiest to work with for the earrings. That's like stable and nice and light at the same time. So you just have to get it a little worked up beforehand and into a nice roll that can fit into the extruder tool. I probably don't need as much. So then just open up the back as well, so that you can open the whole thing up. And I really like this extruder tool because you can wind it up, so you don't need to use your own force to get everything coming out to the front, but you can actually wind it up, so it's much easier than cheaper ones where it does not work. So once you have it in there, you can tighten this up. And then put this one. It comes in many different things there for the front, but I like this thin one where it has like just very thin lines going on. So just tightening everything up, like I said, and then cranking it in the back until they come out the front. And here it is. It looks like little hair at this point, but just make sure to keep them nice and straight. I like to put them also on another area or a different tile so that I have them there. Because since they're too thin, they can break, more easily. So just winding them all out or up. And then you can just take them off in the end. What you also need is a very thinly rolled out piece of clay where you're going to add it all up, but it should be really thin because you're also adding the other strings, so that already gives enough thickness. And now comes the magic. You're taking 2 of those thin strips, and then just rolling them up. You have to be careful, make sure that it's sort of even. And then you just lay them down. On both ends, that's what I like to normally do. And then for to really make it look like a sweater stitch, you then have to, the second one, turn or spin the other way around. So first you're going, left way to turn on one side, and then the other one right way. And then if you put that next to it, see how they together make like one knitted stitch. And then just pat it down lightly, and then just keep going. So one goes one way, and then the other one the opposite way. And of course you can make different patterns where you have them all go one way or something like that. But to really look like the sweater, the knitted sweater pattern, it should go one way and then the opposite, because together they make that. And then just line it also up so that the stitches, the fake stitches, sort of are on the same line. And just keep going, switching them back and forth. And try to also keep them at the same, thickness that you wind them up to, because you can make them tighter or looser. I have it pretty loose for this one, but sometimes I also like to make them tighter. And yeah, just push them all together and tap them down. And just keep going until you have the entire area filled, or as much as you actually need for your earrings. And there you go. That's the nice pattern. Really looks so nice, but see on the top it's a little more. And then you just have to see where you want to cut it out. So I'm gonna just cut it right here and then do a few more. And of course, pushing that down also cements the two areas together, that very thin base clay and knitted pattern that we put on top. And once that's done, you can lift off the excess. Then I always add my holes with the embossing tool right before baking, but you can also do it afterwards. But now it's ready to bake per instructions. And then here are the finished earrings. Just attach the jump rings and then they're ready to go. Thank you.